Side of the Storm is brought to you by Revelton Distilling Company. You can visit them in Osceola, Iowa, or on the web at www.reveltondistillery.com.
What's up, listeners? What's up, subscribers? What's up, Cyclones everywhere? This is your boy, George Trice. We got Marcus Pfizer on the line. We got Brent Curvey on the line. What's up, fellas?
What's going on, baby? Long week.
Man, I missed y'all.
Glad to be back.
It's been 2 weeks. I missed y'all. It's like, when you don't do it consistently, it's like, man, I ain't talked to him this week, you know. I had some family things last week. We we all got things going on, and I was out in San Diego, drove over to San Diego, took the kids to Legoland for fall break. Arizona is gonna break me because they got so many breaks because they have an extended school year. So like the kids went back on August 3rd. You know, some school districts go back at the end of July. Yeah. So the schools that go back at the end of July, it's almost like it's they basically get like a month of summer, but they get a 2-week break for fall in October. They get a full week for Thanksgiving. They get like 2.5 weeks for Christmas. They get 2 weeks for spring break. So because they're going on to spend, man, it's just an extended thing. And so it's like, man, I got to find something to do with these kids so they don't drive me crazy. I work from home and I got to take vacation and all that stuff, man. So,
yeah, we had something like that when we first got to Vegas. It was definitely different from anything that we've been accustomed to. And then the next year they didn't do it at all. I think that was when Marcus Jr. was like in the third or fourth grade. And then for whatever reason they got away from it, but it was like school year round. And so they just all of the breaks, you know, like you said, Thanksgiving was like 2 weeks, Christmas was like 2 months, or something crazy like that. And they just went all year round. And then once that following year begun, they got away from it, and we hadn't seen it since.
Yeah. It's nice though too, because you can plan trips when it's not the beaten path. So you're not going like, so we went and it's like in October, it's kids get in free for SeaWorld, the zoo, you know, Legoland. Legoland wasn't, I don't think, included, but because they're Californians in school. So they want you to still get there. So a lot of people was there from Arizona because they drove the 5.5 hours. So, you know, hey, it's all good though. So, man, I put a hat on this time because like my forehead be shiny on camera. And then now I see I got the light. My mustache look gray as heck, man. Like it ain't this gray. It's gray. But I mean, that might be lotion or something like that. I don't know what that is. And I had to call it out. I'm looking at myself, you know, because I don't like myself on camera. I'm a big dude, and like videos is okay. But like pictures, I hate pictures. I hate pictures.
So you can't win for losing, huh?
I can't, man. I got, you know, they say get my good side. I don't know what my good side is, you know, but hey, you know, go Cyclones. But yeah, no, man.
I rather for more of the grade to come in. Like I literally have random one, and they show me the weirdest place. Like my whole mustache is black instead of one gray hair. So I literally get like scissors or something. My wife's like, "Here you go again," but I will literally cut that joint off. I mean, because it looks, you know, I always think something on my face or something. So like, and I hate that. It either be all black or all gray.
Yeah,
one or the other.
What they Cocoa Bean number 5? Isn't that what Marcus was putting on Mike Lowry when he was I gotta get that Cocoa Bean number 5. But yeah, man, this is not about Cocoa Bean number 5. It's not about Arizona, Vegas, or Iowa schools. This is about the Cyclones, and so we're gonna kick it off a little bit different today. And you know, I still wanna, you know, keep going with, you know, October is still breast cancer awareness month. I do want to shout out my homegirl Danielle Wiggins at WKYC in Cleveland. She's a newscaster out there in Cleveland, and she's dealing with breast cancer right now. So one of the organizations, My Sister's Keeper of Cleveland, they have a thing called Do It for Danielle right now. So my homeboy, I play ball with Chris Wiggins, his wife, back there in the Cleveland area. So I'm trying to get this out to the Cleveland people. So shout outs to Danielle and what she's doing to bring awareness for breast cancer this month and that she's dealing with it. So shout out to Cleveland, shout out to WKYC, and shout out to My Sister's Keeper of Cleveland. Because we are halfway done with this month of October. I know, Coach, you still got things going on with the pink boxes. So as we still talking about this breast cancer and cancer awareness, do your plug on what you're doing with the pink boxes, my man.
Yeah, so still doing, people have the ability to just buy a pink box, and obviously 100% of that is going directly to Susan G. Komen Foundation here in Iowa. People can, a minimum of $2, but you can donate, up to whatever you want. Once it's all said and done, we're going to tally that up and match it. Coaches Kalachi's will, so we can just do our small part, man. Every little bit helps. So come on into Coaches Kalachi's, 2777 100th Street in Urbandale. We're there all week long. So follow us on Facebook, hit us up with any questions about it. Be more than happy to field them for you.
No doubt, no doubt. Thanks for that. Thanks for what you're doing there to give back to the community. Fight this cancer thing, man. Next month, I'm doing something with prostate cancer month. I normally do the Movember where you do the mustache thing. I know I can't get y'all to shave y'all beard to start all over because y'all probably been growing those for a while. Marcus, I know yours was patchy for a while, and it took the time to get in. Mine is still patchy, so I'm just throwing shade right now. Mine still don't grow in fully. I can get a little thin line, but Movember next month. My grandfather had prostate cancer. He survived it, but I go get checked out regularly. So this cancer thing is a beast. I know, Brent, you were talking about that. Marcus, cancer has affected you. Our Three Beers Media, Chris Ship. He when I said fuck cancer last show, he said, okay, we're gonna keep that in there because he dealt with that and got over it. So again, it's always fuck cancer. But this month, next month, and every month, we do what we can to beat this thing, man. So Cyclones. So we're over halfway. I'm not gonna even go there yet. I'm gonna start. Look at your faces. Come on with it. Come on with it. Yeah, I know it's hard. I know it's hard right now. But look, let me go this way. I'm gonna bring it back to that. But over half the season done, 7 games down, 3-4. Started off 3-0. Was excited about that. Got 5 more games to go. 5 tough games. Our division, the Big 12 this year, been a little tougher than expected. We got to get that wind beneath our wings again. But as we go into bye week, we get a chance to regroup. So we got a bye week this weekend. Get a chance to regroup and then come back out there on Halloween weekend, 11 a.m. Central, and play that game. And again, get this first kind of half of the year out of our minds. But as we look at going into bye week before we get into the Cyclones and everything like that for football, y'all know this Marcus, we less than a month away from basketball.
Yeah.
Right?
Still concerned about my football team.
No. Look, I'm trying to keep us positive right now. Look, we're a month away from basketball. A month away from basketball.
You gotta ride it out. I'm not ready to jump into the next one yet. I'm looking for the guys to turn this ship around. It's been tough. And I think mainly the thing for me is not necessarily the losses, but just the way they've come.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally right there losses. We're all over social media. We talking about the different things that occurred, the different calls that didn't occur, yada yada yada. But it's like, it's so draining when you want to have that opportunity, and that opportunity is taken away from whatever reason, and you're just right. Like I literally would have preferred these games to be blowouts than to be this close. Because you talking about we're 3-4. we can easily be, 7-0 or 6-1 or something like that, or 5-2, because these games are too close, and these be the stressful ones. And I know Coach Campbell and the coaching staff, are really, really stressed behind it, because it's like, man, we're right there. So, the guys are playing well. We played a lot better, down there in Austin. Was pleasantly surprised the way, they moved the ball, but still, man, to lose by 3 like that. I was working out, in the gym, and oh my God, like everyone was looking at me like, man, what's wrong with this guy? Because I actually just gone down. Normally I have on something Iowa State, but I didn't. But then I guess they figured, 2 and 2 together, you must be cheering for Iowa State because they're losing right now. But that took a lot of wind out of my sails, man.
Yeah, I listened to it in the car as I was driving from San Diego. The weather wasn't that good, and I didn't get to see it. I listened to it the whole way home, and I just was, again, you looked at, you got a 5.5 hour drive. That's 3 hours of your drive, and I wasn't happy. Let's put it that way. I mean, it just was. You look at that, and I looked at some of the calls. I could blame it on some of the officiating, getting us out of our momentum plus a little bit. And it was some calls that I just feel were questionable. But I just really think that this year overall, the calling, the play, the penalty calling has been bad in NFL and in CAA. It's just been something to deal with, especially after, you look at the concussions, you look at what they're trying to protect for the quarterback. And I get it, but you look at some of these calls, taking the game of football that we know and love, and they're changing it so much. It's almost like a cancel culture within the game. I know refs get together before games and they say, this is what we're focused on. Just like, I go back to the Tua thing. This is what we're going to focus on. So ever since that thing, all refs been looking at these hits and these helmet to helmets and the concussion protocol and things like that. So it's hard. Brent, I know you were trying to jump in there.
No, I agree with you, man. Obviously, the game has changed so much, and it's for the better, ultimately, right? To protect guys and the whole nine. But it's some of those instances where, football is a very violent game. So, we can't just roll over and tackle everybody by their legs. It's not going to happen. Some guys will have to forcefully be put down, and it's not malicious, no ill intent, but we have to get you down. And I just wish there was some kind of, leniency within the rule that allows guys to just at least play the game. But, talk about the NFL and some of the calls across there. You watching guys wrap guys up and it's a roughing the passer. Like, what is this? Like, the game is so different. It's 2-hand touch with the guys now. I don't know. Yeah. But we have to, there has to be some sort of medium, man, because, the speed in which that game is played and to make the guys have to slow down to try to do something right, that's incredibly tough to do, man. So, the officials yield so much power, man. I hate that for the guys that are really putting in all of that work and really trying to abide by the rules. But, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like, how do you professionally play football or play football, period, successfully without, get one of those stupid penalties.
So I'm gonna take it to the next level with the NFL and ESPN. It's the same shows over and over again, right? But in the afternoons, I love PTI and I love Around the Horn. My man Mike Wilbon was going off the other day right after the Brady game. Give him a pillow. Do you want him to put a pillow under his head? Put him to bed. I've been seeing these memes. I saw this meme and it was like the guy went up to the quarterback. He waved his hands and then he put him in the bed. He covered him up. He then read a bedtime story and he sat next to him, cuddled him, and then he stood up and the ref was back there throwing the flag. It's like I just like, oh, this stuff is crazy, man. But we gotta, to your point, Brent, you played at those next levels and slowing that game down from the offensive side, it doesn't really, slowing it down from the offensive side it does that well. From the defensive side, it takes the wind out of your sails as well, as we talk about that, because you can't play the game the way you want to play. And you give a lot of people, and because of the quarterback knows that, because the coaches know that, they're drawing up these plays to kind of draw that, to make the quarterback somewhat exposed in a sense. But you're seeing a lot of people get through more. Quarterbacks are moving a little bit more because they're like, hey, they're protected. They're too protected. I don't know what your thought are they too protected?
I think in a sense, yeah. I mean, like I said, I get it. It's a tough position to play. We want to keep them healthy and upright, but the second you decide to become a runner, you're a runner. Like you got to be like the receivers, the running backs, the other guys catching the ball. We can't attempt to tackle you nicely. You know what I'm saying? I get it when you're sliding, like the rule makes total sense when guys are trying to give themselves up. But when they're trying to pick up that extra 2 or 3 yards, nah, you're a running back. Like we got to get you down. It's simple and plain. Otherwise, us letting up a little might give us a first down, or give up a big first down in the game, and that could change the whole momentum. So, it sucks on that side, man. I mean, I really hate it. I think they're protecting them way too much, in my opinion. And I think it should be more clarity brought to them as to what they can and cannot do. Once they cross that threshold and become a runner, it's it. You're no longer protected by those quarterback laws. Should be full game.
Yeah, well, we gotta find. I'm looking at the stats overall for 2022, and we're averaging about 23 points a game, 22.86, and our opponents are only averaging about 15.14, so about 15 points a game. Our defense is, shout out to the defense. Even with the bum calls that we've gotten on there, they have kept their resilience up, and they have kept us in these games of losing games by by a score or less. The defense has been doing well, and Matt has to do something with this offense. I don't know what he's relying on so much, but Deckers is not. He's not doing what everybody thought he could do. The first couple of games we saw, but he was playing to the competition that we had at those games. The competition was not that great, nothing to take away from those teams, but he was playing to those, and you could see his skill set that he has. But as he gets better competition, they're really exposing his weaknesses. What can we do on the offensive side to kind of make this change in the second half of the season? And I hate saying bowl game is a win. I hate bowl games. We've been to enough bowl games, but they don't really mean anything. 6 wins, bowl game. It's like they get used to Iowa State. It's like they got our name in the locker room with these 6 win, for the past few years. But what do we need to do from the offensive standpoint?
Well, that's a great question. Like you said, definitely shout out to the defense. They've been keeping us in each and every game that we've had this year. There's not one time, watching a game that I don't feel like they're going to come up, with a key stop, or, it's a game. So teams are going to score, but as the game goes on, no matter what the sport is, players begin to wear down. You begin to get fatigued and tired, and body aches and pains and stuff like that. So I always know our defense is going to have us right there. That offensive end, Hutchinson is doing, everything that he can. Every ball that comes his way, he's, making it stick to that glove. So, he's doing extremely well also. But we need a lot more production. Definitely we expect more out of Brock. He's not having, the best of the year right now, and hopefully it's still early. And as we get deeper into the Big 12, we only have a few games left. Hopefully he can turn this around. This is the bye week, so we can get some rest, banged up a little bit, can heal up a little bit, and hopefully the next game when we come out, who we got next? Oklahoma at home. Hopefully we can put a product out there that's going to be something that's going to turn the season around. Because like I said, we've been right there. We've been right there each and every game, and to lose these games at the end, it's been totally heartbreaking.
So before I go to my next thought, I'm gonna do our pause and our break. I saw you put your glass up. I'm gonna put my glass up. So we do again want to shout out Revelton Distillery. You got that in there. I got that in my glass right there with some Coke Zero. Brent got his as well. So shout outs to Revelton for sponsoring us and what we do. You mixing with anything right now, Marcus, or you going straight today?
I'm neat tonight, baby. Neat tonight.
You stressing with all the move and everything. You need that. You need that neat.
It's 6:55. By 8:30, I'll probably be in there knocked out.
That's what's up. That is how you do it. But shouts out to Revelton. I'm hoping to meet these cats. I'm gonna go back for I got 2 games on the docket. So as we at this little halfway break, last weekend was the 99th anniversary of Jack's death. So October 8th was the 99th year. So that was last weekend. So Iowa State, I'm on the committee. And so I do want to shout out what Iowa State's doing. So those of you that are listening, go out there to Jack Trice 100. So Jack Trice, the number 100.com. That is the website, the commemorative website that we have launched. Shout out to Meox Marketing for putting this together. But we have a page out there showing all the events that are going on for the celebration of Jack Trice, starting with this October, going and ending next year, because that's the 100th year anniversary. So this is the 99th year. Next year is the 100th, 2023. And so, yeah, Jack Trice 100 is that website. It has all the events. If you're in the area, I know whoever is going to the homecoming game against West Virginia on November 5th, November 4th, I know they're going to put it out there. They've done some press release about some things that are going on, but on November 4th, there will be a dedication of a new art piece that they talked about that will be going up outside of the stadium. The title of the art piece is called Breaking Barriers. It's pretty sweet piece of art. I've seen it. I will actually be out there, y'all. If y'all want to come see me, y'all want to meet my kids, all 3 of my kids will be out there. George the third will be out there. My 2 little ones, my wife, my mom and stepdad are coming out. And we are going to dedicate the art piece, and we are going to dedicate the renaming of the street to Jack Trice Way. The small piece of street between the stadium and Hilton, that area of South 4th is going to be renamed Jack Trice Way. So that all starts on November 5th. So yeah, I'll be out there for that. So if anybody can make it out there, or is going to be in the area, or want to send some shouts out, some prayers, because I have to speak in front of all these people. Hopefully it's only like 5 people there. Then they record it, and I ain't got to talk in front of everybody. But y'all know I'm a talker anyway, so it don't really matter. But check that out. It even has some of the things that Jack Trice, the Trice Legacy Foundation is doing. So it's not up and running yet, but Trice 100 Golf .com is the golf event. We're doing it in Ames at Coldwater Golf Links on Friday, June 16th. That is the Friday before Father's Day. That is the Friday before Juneteenth. We are actually also going to give our first scholarship out at East Tech. That's going to be on Jack's birthday on May 12th, back in 2023, at hopefully or somewhere around East Tech. I have a call out to them to see what we want to do there, but we're going to give that first scholarship out to somebody there. And then supporting there's a Jack Trice Character Award that's already in place from 1984 that our foundation will partner with, and we will support that one because of what it stands for in Jack's memory there as well. So our website will be getting updated. johnjacktrice.org is our website, but shouts out 99th year starting, 100th year next year. So those are some stats for that ass by Magic Mike Smoke Meats.
Yeah.
And I use the ass part because he does a lot of pork. So, pig's ass. I don't know. I just made that up because he's supposed to give us some tailgate tips. So I'm calling him out right here because he keeps telling me he's going to get them to me. And he hasn't. So he has a bye week. So I'm going to let him have this week. And when we preview for next week, since it's another home game, we need some tips because That game is an 11 o'clock start. That means you tailgating early. So how do you prep for an early game? I hate early games. I love the afternoon game. But how do you prep for that game? So Mike Nurse, how do you prep for an 11 o'clock game for your tailgate to make sure your meat is just right? Because Mike is very particular. We go eat. The ribs can't fall off the bone, but they can't stick to the bone. It's like that happy medium. And he cussed out somebody at a restaurant names. I'm not gonna tell the restaurant, but I took him there. He cussed me out first, and then he cussed them out. So so hey, Mike, I apologize to you live on air. This is my apology to you. But like I said, Marcus, he has not changed.
Apology for what?
He said it was my fault. He said it was my fault, man.
I mean, you just gotta know that's what you're gonna get with Joe Boogaloo. That's him. That's what you're gonna get.
Yes. So so I want to transition, and then we were talking about Deckers and talking about our offense. So, does anybody know anything about this kid Ashton Cook? So he's come in, he's thrown 4 passes, he's 4 for 4. He's come in when Deckers has to go out. But does anybody know anything about this kid? He got in an Ohio win because we were up big. So they threw him in there. And that's when he got those 4 completions for 32 yards. But I don't know anything about him. He's a freshman, 6'3", 215. He's from Iowa City, Iowa. So I'm glad he chose us rather than them Hawkeyes. But trying to figure out, does anybody really know anything about him? Because I want to know what this guy is about, because we need to maybe get him some reps. I mean, I'm not a coach, but do we start bringing him in? Because again, I look at that and I say, you have to follow the leader, and your quarterback is your leader. Or is the team? This is the question: is the team following Deckers? Is there buy-in behind him? Because the D is doing what they can do, and they can't do it all. But is there buy-in around Deckers? That's not a jab at him or anything, but is there something else going on here?
I say there is buy-in, man. I mean, they've had the entire offseason to get to know him and kind of get some trust in him. I think right now, still struggling to kind of find that identity, because again, we've had so many good years of really good running backs. So now we got to change. Our O-line has to kind of step up and do a little bit more for him too. But I think, I was talking to my neighbors about this, and I just think we need to kind of revisit that Joel Lanning era. We had a lot of success with a big strong arm quarterback that can run the ball. So I think that, any QB power and QB runs, I think I might have said this the last pod too, that's going to help us out, especially with the struggling run game. Because we just don't have a defined guy in the backfield that's going to give us the Breece Hall-esque, David Montgomery-esque type of plays. So I think the guys believe in him, but I think there's still some uncertainty where our identity lies. And that's the issue.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And this, like you said, George, I mean, it's fair criticism. We're not, jumping on the guys or anything like that. It's just, if I had a bad game, I had a bad game. If I'm not getting it done, I'm just not getting it done. I remember one stretch, I wasn't shooting free throws well, and I got with one of the coaches, and before the Big 12 started, I think I started the Big 12 like 15 from the free throw line, just standing there working on them, because I knew how key that was to us having success. So whatever it is, they have to get in and try to watch film and obviously change, what's been going on. And like I said, it's constructive criticism. I mean, we love the guys 100% without a doubt. But, you have to know that if you're the quarterback, you're the leader. Jamal Tinsley was our leader on the floor. He was our quarterback. Forget whoever else was on the floor. He's the one who had the ball in his hand majority of the time, and how he went, the Cyclones went. So same way with Deckers. How he's playing is, how we're going to go as a football club. So we understand that. I know the coaching staff, totally understand that, and they're trying to reiterate those points even more. And we just gotta get it into the game plan, and it has to manifest on the field, or otherwise we're gonna keep losing these close ones.
Yeah, because the reason why I asked it, is like I said, it's not taken away from him, not taken away from our kicker, not taken from anything. But like you said, we are, the defense is holding them to basically a little bit over 2 scores, and we keep losing by less than a score in all these games, the games that we've lost. We need to find a way to get over this hump, and I'm just trying to think of ways that we can mix some things up. And like I said, I hope that during the bye week they're looking at that, reevaluating that, giving these kids a little bit of a break, because I think they need to reset. Everybody needs to reset. That's what the bye week is. The bye week is to get prepared, but it's also to get reset, because we got 5 tough games coming up. I'm going to be at the West Virginia game. I'm also going down to Oklahoma State, so I'll be at the Oklahoma State game as well. And they're ranked, I think, 12 right now or something like that, 10 or 12, somewhere between there. But we got to get over this hump, because again, right now, it's a bowl game. I want these guys to get to the bowl game. They need to get these 3 more wins. And it's like, where are those wins going to come from? Because no matter how we've played in the past, we always beat a top-ranked team, and we haven't yet. Right. So we're due. We're due. So is that going to be Oklahoma State for our 4th win? Are we gonna go down and beat West Virginia homecoming? I'm hoping so. I'm gonna be back there. So hope my juju is good and we can beat West Virginia when I'm back there. But we just got to get over this hump, because we are right there this year. Playing well, holding them down. So I'm just trying to figure out, what can we do?
That's a tough question, man.
It is. It's a loaded question.
It is. I mean,
because you look at like a fumble here, points on fumble. You look at that missed catch on the 5-yard line. That changed the game. We've had opportunities. We've had opportunities in every one of these games to win the game. It's not like we're not in there to win the game. We're not playing great, but we have an opportunity in every game to win the game. And it's like, sometimes we need 25 more seconds in the game. It's like we're that close most of the time. So, and I'm just rambling on because I'm trying to give y'all time to get y'all thoughts together, because I know it's like it's loaded. It is a loaded question.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just looking at the stats against Texas, I mean, we had more total yards, we had more passing yards. Of course, we lost the rushing yard battle, but yards per play, we had more than them. They had 23 first down. We had 20, which isn't, too bad. Third down efficiency, we were better. Fourth down, we were 1 for 1, and they were 1 for 2. It's like it's right there. I mean, time possession, they had the ball probably 4 minutes longer than us. We had 1 lost fumble. They had none, and we had 1 interception. So, man, it's like those little key things right there, and we still only lost by 3 on the road in Austin, Texas. So it's like, what do we do? It's only so much we can continuously do, riding the back of the defense, and we know they're going to show up. It's just their job to do and to show up. We just need our offense to give us that extra boost. And if we can get that with the way the defense is playing, the record will definitely be different. And we'll be looking for a higher bowl game than we're trying to sneak into one right now. And ultimately, we got to figure it out.
Yeah.
I think, too, a lot of that, man, it really just boils down to the details of everything, right? Catching the one ball, I think if X stays on his feet to catch the ball, he runs in untouched, right? So that's a touchdown for us instead of, diving, leaving his feet and ultimately dropping. So, I mean, it's like, it's small things, and I'm not sure what mental aspects we got to kind of get through or get over, but it's a lot of little things that obviously add up to bigger things and lead to an L once it's all said and done. So cleaning up penalties, being smarter on that side, I think, again, plays a major factor in it. So I'm sure Campbell is going to be focusing a lot on those small things, making sure we're catching everything, right? So spending extra time on jugs or whatever that entails for those receivers and guys out there, ball security being major, and working with Hunter on his progressions and reading too. So we're not forcing the ball into places that they don't really necessarily have to be. Instead of trying to make the big play, take the play that's available, take what they give you. So it's, a lot of it lies in those small details. And that's what ultimately wins games. And I think, just kind of thinking back to last year, granted, we did have a lot of really good players. We did a lot of those small things right, and they all add up. So we just got to, get back to the basics, work on those small things, and I think that'll help us out going forward a ton.
So listeners, as you heard, it's the small things, and that's 100% true, because we are not getting blown out. Iowa State is hanging in there with a lot of tough teams and a tough division, and next year is going to get it even tougher with some of the 4 teams that's coming in with us. So, we're showing some things right now. We're losing a couple teams, and then we're gaining some teams next year. But these little things will make all the difference because, again, we're not getting blown out. These kids are playing. These guys, these young men are out there playing. And I'm going to say that because, even though we're not getting blown out, even though we're not putting up a lot of points on the board, the fact that we are only losing by a score, it is those little things. It's that 2 feet that could have made the difference in that. And so I think, I shout out to these guys. We are 100% behind you. Cyclones forever. No matter when you graduated, no matter where you live, you are a Cyclone forever. And so we are behind these guys, and we support what they're doing. And as we continue, we support. I gotta call and make some new friends out here. They're Cuban from New York, and they live out here in Arizona, and they're Jets fans. And then I got a text the other day, Brees the Beast. He's doing his thing out there. He getting everybody some fantasy points, and shout outs to all of the Cyclones in the league that are out there doing their thing in this football and in this NFL career, first year or 10th year. But shout outs to y'all. Keep doing it. Keep representing. It was nice to see who was it? It was Brees and who else? Who exchanged jerseys the other day?
Lazard.
Oh, the Brees and Lazard. Brees and Lazard changing jerseys. Because Brees and Lazard played only 1 year together, I believe, right? That was Brees's freshman year. They only played 1 year, right?
What?
Or
did they play together?
I think.
Or did they not play together?
I don't think they played together because Lazard has been in Green Bay for 3 years now.
Yeah, I think this is 4
years.
This is fourth. This is 4th year. So Brees,
he was there. They
could have. That's a stat. We got to check that stat. Yeah, possibly. But we got to check that stat. But it's good seeing Cyclones go against each other. I talked to Kevin Lazard, Alan's dad, and he had just got his passport for the first time, so he can go over there to that game. So we went over there to London for that game to see him out there. So I was like, man, I wish I could have went out to that game. I was gonna try to find a way to get out there. But Alan signed the ball for the foundation, and we raffled the ball off for the foundation. Oh, and Marcus, B Hawk actually did get my ball to me, but he sent it to Ohio. My neighbor, who's a cop, got it off my old house porch and said, "Hey, I'm gonna send this to you." so B Hawk, shouts out to you. I text you, said thanks, man. But we finally got a ball from Brandon Hawkins. So in our first podcast. Yeah, he got, and Marcus got one for Nate. But so we gonna auction off that first ball. We're gonna auction off B Hawk's ball at our first podcast when the season starts for basketball. That'll be one of our prizes and giveaways. And then with that, it's not just gonna be me for that. That's gonna be all the proceeds of that are gonna split between the 3 of our nonprofits, and then representing and supporting Brent's business. So we're gonna split it 3 times evenly. Nice. For that. Coming out, Brandon Hawkins. If you don't know, look him up. And we're gonna get him on here to talk about himself on that first podcast. So B Hawk, you better be ready.
That's my guy. I call him freshman. I call him freshman his whole freshman year. He didn't even have a name. But he came in, played well, really tough and responsive, and had some big time minutes for us. So yeah, that's my little bro. So
fun fact about Brandon Hawkins, and I'm gonna call him out. He's connected to a celebrity. I don't know if everybody knows, for the old heads, his cousin is a celebrity. So I don't know the second one. I know one. So Stefan Urkel is his cousin. Jaleel White is Brandon Hawkins' cousin. So I know that one. It was funny when I saw him hanging out. I'm like, that's Jaleel White, So when you look at him together, you're like, oh, I can kind of see the resemblance. But Stefan Urkel, is his cousin. So shouts out to him for that. But so
tell us about that early.
Yeah.
Y'all kind of look alike too.
B was a funny cat, man. B was a funny cat. But
I think him and Hershey Hawkins are related also.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're related also down the line. That's where he claimed he gets his basketball talent from.
That's what's up. But yeah, no. So as we go into this bye week, we're on a 4-game slump. Got 5 games left. Team Cyclones. We need 3 of them. I'm hoping that homecoming, is one. I'm hoping that Oklahoma State, when I'm down there, is another one, beating the ranked team down there. But yeah, we got these 3 games. We need to get y'all to get these 3 games, but stay in the course of what y'all been doing. Not the losing part, but to staying within the games, fixing things as you go along. We support y'all in that. So, keep up the good work. I don't know what our topic is going to be for next week since we have a bye week. Y'all got any ideas what we're going to talk about next week? Are we just going to preview next week? Are we going to, what y'all thinking for next week for the fans to give them kind of a teaser of what we're doing since there's no game this Saturday to talk about?
I mean, we could talk about, everything that's coming up with the next couple games. And we can also touch on, the basketball season that's coming up, the recruiting classes and things like that if y'all want to. Just a little different twist, but something to give us some content to jump on here about them. I'm a little sad that we got a bye week, but the guys need I'm looking forward to getting that dub, man, somewhere.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yeah. Got to dig deep, man. I'm with it. That'd be exciting to preview basketball season and kind of, I guess, make a decision as to where we think we can pick up these wins at so we can get those seats.
So leave the thoughts out there in the comments. Hit like, hit subscribe. I should have said that earlier. I should have said it about 4 or 5 times. Send it to your friends. Download it on your kids' iPads. We need the downloads. We trying to hit these numbers, these Charlemagne the God, Joe Budden numbers. So again, this is the 3 Beers Media presents Sigh of the Storm. I am the host. George Trice with my co-host Marcus Pfizer and my co-host Brent Curvey. We do this as a team. So even though they call me the glue, but I can't do it without them. And so we enjoying what we're doing for y'all. We love giving y'all the content. We're gonna wrap it up. So I'll give you time to do your closing arguments, and then Brent, you can jump on after him, and then we're gonna hit this stop button.
Well, as always, I'm just coming from a fan's perspective, love everything ISU. Definitely tired of the newly found stressful last 4 games that we've been through. So, like I said, I was in the weight room the other day and, I just looked over, they had the TV on. I'm like, oh shit, the game is on. And so I just started watching the game and, jumping into it and, doing my workout and everything like that, and just changed the whole atmosphere of what was going on in the gym, but that's I mean, like I said, as a fan, that's how I am. That's how I am as a fan. And I'm yelling at the TV, I'm yelling at the refs, yelling at the players, all of that. So looking forward to it to being a different thing in 2 weeks. Happy to be able to get a smile. It'd be something big to take down, Oklahoma. That's who we got next, right at home. So we're definitely not afraid of them. We're definitely going to put out that product that we're all expecting, and to get that first win and turn this thing around. Get 1 and 2 in a row, and then get to rolling down that hill, and we see what happens the rest of the season.
Yeah, man, it'll be good to catch that momentum train against Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So we can snowball them things, and you pick up one, it started to come right after, back to back. So I mean, like I said, man, I got full faith in Coach Campbell and the staff to really hone in on those details, man, and find a way to pull out those close ones. So it's a huge testament to what the guys are doing, with losing so many guys and staying in this many games with some really good teams. So it talks a lot to the team that we do have. We just got to fine tune a couple of things, man. I think we'll be right where we need to be. But getting back on the winning track against OU should help kick everything off. So look forward to it. Get healthy. We come back and get us a dub.
Yes, sir.
No doubt, no doubt. So again, that game is on Halloween weekend, 10/29. Put your costumes on. Let's pack the jack. So there are still tickets available. You can go out to ISU Athletics and find tickets out there. But again, pack the jack. Take your kids out there. Let them run around in their costume and have some fun. But support those Cyclones. So as we sign off, as always, thank you, Revelton. Thank you, Three Beers Media. Go Cyclones, and we out.
Go Cyclones. Fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer.
Go State, baby.